What's up, YouTubers? This is the one and only Sonic Ranger, and I'm back with the final video review at the reviewing station of the brand new just released Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figures that are dedicated to the upcoming film Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And here we have the best figure out of this line, at least in my opinion. Your opinion will be different. This is the Imperial Death Trooper. But before we take a look at this awesome figure at hand, let's put him aside for a moment as always. And let's take a good look at the packaging as partake of every single video review when I can. Raising up the camera so you can see everything this packaging has to offer, which is definitely very collectible like most Black Series packagings. A nice profile image of the Imperial Death Trooper, which looks kind of terrifying. Makes sense for the name being Death Trooper. On the side of the packaging, he is number 25 and the final figure of this line, unless you count the two exclusives, which I cannot find. On the back of the packaging, here's a brief bio for the Imperial Death Trooper. I'll give you a moment to take a good glimpse at it. There you have that. Let's put that back where I got it from very carefully. Lowering the camera and bringing back in the Imperial Death Trooper, and let's talk about this guy and his profile. What's going on here? His appearance, his proportions. I know there's been some complaining around the YouTube community when it comes to this figure. He's too weak. He's too skinny. I get it. Okay? He's not your strong, average-looking stormtrooper and can be killed very easily. I'm hoping for the best with this Imperial Death Trooper, and the reason why I love this figure so much is not because of his design, it's because I can relate with his physical appearance. He is as thin as they come, and I am no different, and I'm quite thin. Not as thin as they come, but thin enough that I could cosplay like this character. I really love this guy for that reason. Total relation right there. So, anyway, what does this figure have to offer? Well, he does have quite a bit to offer. So now that we've gotten my reason why I like this figure out of the way, let's just get to the overall appearance of this figure in his details, his paint apps, and his articulation. Basically the whole review here. So it's nice. It's black. It's going to be hard to see in dark areas, but hey, if you got some lamps here on the sides here, you know, then hey, you're good to go. So yeah, I'm sure you can see all the detail that's shining off of his armor, which is a very nice glossy black plastic. And then of course there's the dull dark gray plastic for what is not armor, and I'm guessing his feet aren't armored up, which kind of makes him look like, in all honesty, he forgot his shoes. He looks like he's wearing just his socks, but hey, shits and giggles. So anyway, yeah, as I said before, this helmet is so terrifying looking. I mean, it just works for the name Death Trooper. Like, he is the bringer of death. He is death himself. And I really want to see this trooper kill as many rebel scums as he can in this upcoming film before he kicks the bucket like every other stormtrooper out there that's just waiting to die. So, having said that, and after taking a good glimpse at all this figure has to offer in its details, let's get to the articulation, which means I have to remove his accessories first. But you know what? Instead of going through the articulation at this moment, why don't we just go through the accessories since I've already got him here. As you can see, he's got this nice little pistol blaster here that can be stored in this, what you call a strap. It's so thin, it really feels like it could break very easily. Like it's just a rubber band or something. I'm serious about this. I'm dead serious. So anyway, he has this also nice long rifle blaster here with a little red paint just to break up this complete dark gray plastic, because there's no paint really on these weapons, but there's no storage for this thing. Even though it does have a peg that sticks out, there is no peg hole anywhere on this figure or his belt. So what you can do for storage is just put it right back in his hands, and as I did show off before, he can hold it with both hands, as you can see. And it looks pretty legit for the fact that this figure only has single jointed elbows like all the Star Wars Black Series figures. I really wish that Hasbro would pay a little more attention into the articulation there for these figures like they do with Marvel Legends, but hey, that's just my opinion. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's put away his weapon and get to the articulation, which is the sole purpose of why you are here, right? You want to know how well is it? Well, it's pretty good. He does have a ball-jointed head, though my figure can't really get a good tilt out of this articulation, but that's just my figure. Your results will be different. Still swivels around a complete 360 if you want to pull exorcism. See? So there's that. He has a hinge joint at the neck to allow up and down movement, with this being down as far as it can go, and this being up, basically back to looking straight. Because of the way the helmet is sculpted, it does really hinder the back movement, so unfortunately you can't look up too well. Ball jointed shoulders, which I will show this off very quickly. This armor piece here to his shoulder is actually a very soft rubber material. Very nice, and I get why Hasbro did that, but having said that, it is going to cause a flaw with this figure, because you could have his arm sticking out at a 90 degrees pose, and it's just going to keep resetting. But having said that, you do get the full 360 rotation this way, so there you go. He has upper elbow rotation, a single jointed elbow, so 90 degrees is about as much as you're going to get out of that pose. He does have wrist rotation. His hands are also hinged to allow inward and outward movement, so there's that. It's the same on both sides. He does have ball jointed upper torso, so you can get some good flex with this figure, and it totally makes up for the fact that he's lacking any swivel rotation here for the waist. His legs are ball jointed and pretty tight, so they do hold their pose, with this going out high as much as it can forward, and this going as low as it can backward, which is pretty much back to your standard standing position. His legs do have the ability to split out, as you can see, and that's about as far as they go out. Still, a little more than some of your Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures, and I'm just saying. Thigh rotation is also present, full 360 if you so choose. Double jointed knees, very tight on my figure. I'm sure I can work them out. And the last bit of articulation comes down at a hinge joint to allow up and down movement at the feet, and there's the beautiful ankle rocker pivot. So this figure can get a lot of good poses if you want to display them with your Star Wars Black Series figures. And I really do like this figure. He is really the best figure of this line, and there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. That's my choice, and I will live with it. He is so cool. He is so thin. He is so like me. He is so black as they come, and I love it. I just love it. Oh, and I also like the fact that his upper thigh armor is asymmetrical. As you can see, this side here doesn't have this here, so yeah, asymmetrical. I love that difference in molding, so they didn't just copy and paste on the right side of his leg what is his left leg, right? So I love that change, and I just love this figure overall. I love everything that is going on with this figure. So cool, so badass looking. Kill the fucking rebels, you hear me? Kill the fucking rebels. I just love it. So let's wrap this up with a good side-by-side comparison, since I've given you your 10 out of 10 grading scale on this figure. So let's bring in the Rogue One figures at this time. So here's Captain Kazan Andor compared to him, and as you can see, the Death Trooper towers over him. Here's Jyn Erso, the main character of Rogue One, I'm assuming. Here's Slenderbot. There's some Force Awakens retooling figures. Kylo Ren unmasked. Rey with her Luke Skywalker lightsaber. And to complete the series, BB-8. And there you have Rogue One, a Star Wars story, with a few retoolings of Force Awakens in this wave. Now, as I did say earlier, there are 2 more figures out there, as I was told by a retailer at Walmart where I got these figures. I can't find them. I have no idea where to look. If anybody has any information on these 2 figures that I'm missing in this wave that you want me to review, well then by all means hit the comment section down below and tell me where I can find these buggers. But until then, I'm done here. Questions, comments, you know what to do. Down below in the comment section of this video, just hit it up there. And if you liked today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button for more video reviews just like the one you're seeing today from the reviewing station. This is Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you whenever you see me.